Welcome to the Acacia team, Kel. I think I don't even know how many years it's actually taken for us to get here.
Exactly.
But we're so excited.
Oh, I'm so excited. No, it's great to be here.
Oh, good. We thought we'd start by just getting an understanding around your actual experience in the markets that you work in.
Look, I've been a professional search advisor for 15 years now. So I actually started my career recruiting for technical roles and management roles in the oil and gas sector for the first 10 years. And that gave me a really good understanding for all the operational challenges that went on as a foundation. And then after that, I shifted into executive search. So I expanded across the whole energy and resources sector. And now I partner with companies and deliver on their senior management, executive and board level appointments. So from a client perspective, a market perspective, I've definitely worked a broad spectrum, everything from traditional oil and gas companies to private equity firms to new energy companies. So that includes renewable energy companies that focus on wind, solar and battery storage, and also companies that are really focused on low emission solutions, so bioenergy, hydrogen and ammonia.
Excellent. I mean, that's something that's really aligned with us. Like, I think starting out working in the industry from a technical point of view just really helps you build that knowledge to then be able to perform at an executive level. Just having that, going through that journey, it's quite organic to get to a stage where you really have that foundation of knowledge when doing these executive type placements. So that's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I guess in terms of that outlook, when you're talking about that traditional oil and gas sector, like, what is your view? Like, where do you see the industry, particularly within Australia, over the next few years?
Look, the industry is really going through a very significant transformation at the moment, particularly in Australia. So while oil and gas remains a fundamental mix for the sector, the industry is really under a lot of pressure to decarbonise. So that's really creating two parallel realities. So on one hand, you've got a continued investment into traditional oil and gas companies for energy security. And then on the other side, you've got a big acceleration into low carbon technologies. So in the next few years, I would expect to see sustained demand for LNG and the gas market, particularly because Australia is a leading exporter. However, companies really do need to focus on their commitment to show and demonstrate that they can reduce their emissions. So there's going to be a focus on electrification of assets and certainly in the carbon capture storage space. So I definitely see CCS as being a big target market for 2025. The demand for the EV sector as well is going to continue to rise. And what I found is it's really interesting lately that traditional oil and gas companies like ExxonMobil and Equinor are actually pursuing and expanding their presence in the lithium industry. So you would see that they've actually secured some really strategic assets in North America. And the whole energy transition sector is going to continue to build up momentum. So I expect to see a continued flow of capital into hydrogen and ammonia. So going from this concept to reality, particularly the white hydrogen space and renewables and battery storage and grid infrastructure upgrades. So it's a really interesting time and the industry is going to need some really good leaders to make it all happen.
Fantastic. And how do you see that from that area of growth within your sector from an executive search point of view?
It's a really good question. So I think, look, the energy transition is really bringing in new partnerships, new investors and new technologies. So it's really changing and shaping the talent landscape. So where I foresee there's going to be more demand in the certain sectors is definitely business leaders and senior technical leaders across hydrogen, CCS and clean technologies. Definitely in senior commercial and strategic professionals, those individuals that really have a solid understanding of traditional markets and also emerging markets. Project development executives that really can understand and navigate all these intricacies to do with getting financing and approvals and really understanding the regulations.
So within this sector, you've been in it for 15 years now, and that's certainly a long time, particularly working in a global market while living in Perth. Like, what do you actually enjoy about this sector and the work that you do?
So I genuinely love the fact that at the core, I'm working with people. So I'm fascinated behind the psychology of career and business decision making. So executive search, it's not just about filling placements. It's about understanding people, understanding businesses, and really getting to the heart at what drives that success and fulfillment for both. As an external consultant, look, I am in many, many different boardrooms. I get to meet incredible energy leaders out there, and they've all got their very unique challenges and cultures and strategies. And I guess no two companies are the same, really. So every day for me is generally different. It's exciting, and I just love problem solving and working towards fantastic solutions for those scenarios.
So why did you choose Acacia?
Look, for me, my focus has always been external. So it's about how candidates and clients are being looked after. And that really comes down to the business model and the values of the firm that I would work with. Integrity is a core value of mine. And it was really important to partner with a company that I could actually see would be a match of minds for me in that regard. And Acacia doesn't compromise on quality and integrity. And that really did just resonate with me. So it's just been a guiding principle throughout my whole life. In my personal life, it's served me well. And particularly with my career and how I've been successful, I've been able to build really great relationships and build trust with my candidates because of that. So at the end of the day, look, we're dealing with people. And I believe we've got a real deep responsibility to work really hard on their behalf, give them the time, and treat people with respect and kindness. Acacia delivers a really high quality service, and that really stood out to me. They are fast, they're highly thorough, but they don't compromise. So when I look at other larger executive search firms out there, as they scale up, they do tend to, the quality does get diluted and they do disappoint their clients. Whereas Acacia, I feel like they found that really perfect balance. They have built a really well-structured corporate setup with all the necessary resources, but they still operate and have the attitude of a boutique search firm. So what you'll get is a highly personalized attention and the quality that you're after. On a personal level, I really want to be a good role model for my daughter. So Isla, she's 4.5. She's amazing. I can already see that strength and determination coming through. I wanted to be proud of me and to show her that a life well lived is one where you just embrace opportunities, you take risks, and you just throw yourself in there with experiences. So good or bad, learn as much as you can. You've got to throw yourself in the ring to grow. I ran my own business, a successful business, for 10 years, and I loved it. But this is the right time for a really exciting new chapter for me. It was a significant change. It's going to be exciting. And I really want to show Isla the importance of putting yourself out there, having good energy, and just keeping an open mind, particularly how your life and the course of it goes.
For us, as Acacia, as a business, we've been really considered in our growth plans, and it's always been around, the right people bringing into the business at the right level. And for us, coming up to, we're 10 years now in terms of since we started the business. And it's never felt more right to have someone with your level of experience in executive search, but also within a different sector to what we're working in. But it really does complement one another, that oil and gas and energy and mining sector. So it just feels like all the stars have aligned for us in getting you on board. It's the whole team's super excited.
Oh, I'm glad. Look, I'm really, really excited. This decision for me was not made lightly. It was very, very considered.
Yeah.
And obviously I did my research and went out there to figure out what was going to be the best fit for me. But I'm genuinely just so enthusiastic and excited about working with the team and getting to know everyone. I can see the team, they're energetic, they're fun, they're super team orientated, and it's exactly the type of environment that I want to be a part of at the moment. So yeah, I'm really ready to just jump in and add my energy to it as well.
I love it. We're ready for that energy. And I think as an exec search firm, if you don't get your own hires right, you can't really be in business, right?
Oh, absolutely. Exactly.
So we're really, really excited. It's going to be a massive year for us as we, become more generalist in our exec search brand. But one of high growth and having continuing our amazing culture of awesome consultants.
Fantastic. I can't wait.
The last decade have certainly been about really pushing our brand to market, creating amazing process and systems and delivering for our clients and candidates, whilst also building this like world-class amazing culture of awesome humans that work alongside us every day. And to be able to finally get in a position to expand that into having someone of your caliber join us as a partner for energy really signifies the fact we are definitely going through that real growth period, and it's really exciting to be that real top tier exec search firm covering resources but also energy and renewables and the future, and it's really equipped us to have a really amazing growth trajectory moving forward.
This is something that I'm really excited about with joining as well. So I'm very, very passionate about being specialised and the best at what you do and making that stand out in the market and for people to recognise that. So clearly Acacia has such an exceptional brand in the mineral sector and obviously energy transition as well. But I think by myself coming on board and us combining and collaborating together, we're just going to bolster that presence even more and be that prominent go-to-market energy and resources executive search firm.